Life. Hope everybody's doing well. No time wasting. We're going to go straight. The topic says ask yourself the question, will this matter a year from now? Well, on TikTok, I only wrote ask yourself the question. Hello, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Okay, it's live on YouTube now. Okay. I paused a little because I wanted to hear if I was live on TikTok. Let me turn off my headphones here. The default speaker has changed. Okay. I'm just setting up my YouTube and then we go straight. Okay. The topic for today is ask yourself the question. And that is from the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And it's all small stuff. So we're continuing those series for the regulars, the people who stay to listen to it. We're continuing that. And the topic, ask yourself the question, will this matter a year from now? This topic is mostly for the people who worry a lot, for the people who maybe have anxiety. I used to have anxiety, very bad anxiety. I used to be anxious of everything. All right. And when I got out of that loop of anxiety, I began to be able to notice people who were very worried and very anxious about everything around them. And right now, as I am speaking to you, I am around somebody like that. So I'm going to take my current experience, something that is going on now, and tie it into the topic of today. But before we move forward, right, for the regulars, as I've mentioned, I'm creating a space where I am at now, creating a setup, making a home office. TikTok is not centered. Sorry, I'm in a content creation campus, so these little things bug me. And so I want to talk a little bit about this product that I got, which I tested last night, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's on TikTok shop, but also on Amazon. So you can, after this live, I'll post it and you can get the link to my TikTok shop as well as my Amazon shop. Is a flame aromatherapy machine, which I didn't think about it, but now that I'm reading this, it connects a lot to the topic of worrying, of anxiety, of constantly being anxious of what's going to happen, what am I going to do? Why is it connected? Aromatherapy. I'm just thinking about that now. Aromatherapy, right? And this is the machine, and I opened it. Aromatherapy is very soothing. So for myself, I use diffusers a lot. This is my essential oil, and it's peppermint. I use diffusers a lot. Why? Because no matter what's going on, okay, health-wise is really good, but no matter what's going on in your life, whether you are whether you meditate at a home, right? When you go to the spa, they use it. I've never gotten, what is it called, Reiki, so I'm not sure. But these are things that I used for our own mental well-being. And this is from the TikTok shop. It was sent to me very recently, and I found them on Amazon as well. So I already have some water inside. And what I'm going to do is just plug it in. And as I am talking, just take in the peppermint. Yes, it ties very well with the topic of today. And when I tried it on last night, it's a great addition for a night light when you are sleeping, because I always need something. I'm going to put it, well, let me show you first. See if I can plug it in my computer. It's very portable and easy to use. Okay. All right. So this was my favorite light last night, as you can see it. See, that's the aromatherapy. If you've never used a diffuser, it's very good for your own mental health. If you've used diffuser before, you already know what I am talking about. And it looks like a fireplace. So I'm just going to leave it here as we speak. Okay, so the topic. Ask yourself this question: will this matter in a year's time? From my own experience, I've come to learn that a lot of people have anxiety, but they don't know that they have anxiety. A lot of people have mental health issues and they are not aware of it. How do I know? I was one of those people who had various mental health issues, from depression to anxiety, probably panic attacks, that I wasn't aware that's what it was. Right now, will this matter a year from now? Many a time, if you are someone who feels like you're surrounded by negative people, surrounded by negative energy, people who don't believe in themselves, this is probably the topic for it. Because when somebody truly, I'm looking at my TikTok here because it's a little bit blurry. No, my YouTube is a little bit blurry here. Uh, yeah. When somebody really, truly, and honestly believes in themselves, believes in a higher power, believes in the universal abundance, something bigger than them, they don't worry a lot. They don't worry too much because they have that faith, not faith as in religion, but faith that things are going to work. They have that inner belief that no matter what happens and no matter what they are going through right now, things are going to work. Normally, when you see somebody who worries and has anxiety, their trust in a higher power, in something bigger than them, or their trust in themselves that they can actually make things happen, is out of the question. They don't have that trust anymore. And this is what brings worry and anxiety. Now, if you watch the news and you watch television and you watch so many of these things, and um, I'm not sure about the housewives, but it's coming to mind. I don't watch the housewives, so I don't particularly know what goes on in those shows. But if you watch a lot of these things on television, then you begin to be scared. You begin to worry too much. When I used to watch TV, it was like that. When I stopped watching TV, a lot changed for me. And then, being surrounded by people who watch TV, I began to see those in them. So, will this matter a year from now? And that is the question related to the topic. Okay, YouTube is a lot better. Ask yourself the question, will this matter in a year from now? No matter what is going on in your life, no matter what you're worried about or what you're thinking about or what is driving you crazy, always sit and ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? I mean, will this matter even 3 months from now, 6 months from now? If you listen to Muji, I talk about Muji a lot. If you listen to Muji and a lot of the spiritual teachers, the different teachers and a lot of influencers that talk about spirituality and consciousness, they will tell you don't follow your thoughts. And the worry comes from the following of the thoughts. Oh my God, it's the end of the month. What am I going to do? I am so worried. How can I pay my bills? Oh my God, this is happening. What am I going to do? And then you start to go down the rabbit hole. Now, the thought came once, but if you follow the thought, this is when the worrying comes. This is when the anxiety comes. The anxiety doesn't just come if you are aware of it. And you can get yourself there to be aware that it's actually starting, right? You are starting to get anxious. Let me check this here. Right. You will be able to be aware that you are starting to get anxious. And then you stop yourself from going down that rabbit hole. Now, before I was aware of that, when the thought comes, I would just follow it and then just go down that hole of overthinking. Let me read this section here, which I highlighted. And the author, well, outlined a game that he plays with himself. Let me read that part. Let me start that part. Almost every day, I play a game with myself that I call Time Wrap. I made it up in response to my consistent, erroneous belief that what I was all worked up about was really important. To play time, is it wrap or warp? WARP. All you have to do is imagine that whatever circumstance you are dealing with isn't happening right now, but a year from now. So whatever you're dealing with, you make believe that it's not happening at this moment, but it's happening in a year. Then simply ask yourself, is this situation really as important as I am making it to be? Once in a great while, it may be, but a vast majority of the time, it simply isn't. And this is reminding me of a quote about fear. I can't remember the exact thing, that fear is imaginary. So basically, right, the things that we think that matter, will this matter a year from now? The things that we think matter right now are imaginary most times. We imagine them to matter. And then in 2 months or even a month, the book is saying in a year, but in even a month, you can sit back and say, that didn't even matter at all. I was so worried about that. You might be worried about getting something or so desperate to get something, and it matters so much, and then you get it, and then it has happened to most of us. Right after you get it, you tell yourself, I wanted this so much, but I don't want it anymore. Because it didn't really matter that much at the moment. The part that I wanted to read in the book here is, whether it be an argument with your spouse, child, or boss, a mistake, a lost opportunity, a lost wallet, a work-related rejection, or a sprained ankle, chances are a year from now, you aren't going to care. It will be one more irrelevant detail in your life. And this is true. If you sit down and really look at your life, if this is a topic that you haven't thought about, if you sit down and really look at your life, you can see it. Personally, right now, as I am speaking, right, I'm having images of times that this happened to me, where the thought that was coming to mind when I was reading it, a mistake, a lost opportunity. There's this saying that we say in our content creation campus that always look for opportunity in chaos. Always look for opportunity in chaos. And for the people who listen to hip hop, we are seeing it unfold right now with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. There has been a lot of pressure. There has been a lot of talk back and forth, all of that. But being able to see opportunity in the chaos and take advantage of it. It's also transmuting energy. We talked about transmutation here. I can't remember which live topic, but we have talked about transportation regularly because, for example, what can I take as an example right now? Let's just say whatever we are worried about or whatever you're worried about right now, right? It's driving you crazy. And then you sit down, you take a look at it. Maybe you write it down, which is important. There's an exercise about that, writing it down. If I remember correctly, I think it was by Bob Proctor, where you write it down in a way that it's already solved. The more you write down whatever is worrying you, the less problematic it becomes, the less it drives you crazy. So if you get in the habit of writing that, it can be an aspect of journaling. It can be a part of journaling where you just sit down, jot down everything that's on your mind, good, bad, happy, sad, just jot it all down. The more you take it out of your mind and just let it go in the ethers, the less it worries you, the less it becomes a mental thing. I was trying to give an example of something else, but I can't remember what it is now. So I'll let it go, right? Let's see. With this simple game, you won't solve all your problems. I find myself laughing at things that I used to take too seriously. I used to be very serious about everything. Now, there are different aspects of being serious. There's taking your life seriously, right? If you need to change your life, you take your life seriously. If you are going to school or doing certain things, you take those things seriously, things that further your life. But there's another aspect of taking everything too seriously, which is taking things personally. I used to be that person. And I'm telling you from my own personal experience, it will destroy your life. It has done most of my anxiety and depression came from taking things too seriously, from worrying too much, from panic attacks. But then again, I have to remember that this is how I was raised. So that's the mindset that I was raised in. And up until I was able to see it and change it, it really destroyed me. And that's the aspect of taking things seriously that I mean. When you are able to laugh at things, laugh at yourself, have a sense of humor, laugh at things, a lot of things will not bother you anymore. So always ask yourself the question, will this matter a year from now? Will it matter from a year from now? You might be living in one spot today, so worried about everything that's going on around you. And then you leave the place. right? There's a live where there was a recording, live recording, that we talked about focusing on solutions instead of the problem itself, being able to focus on the solution. What is the resolution? What is the solution that you're looking for in whatever is happening to you right now? The solution that I am looking for in coming life is what? It's because there's so much inside of me that I need to archive, I need to let go of. And one of the solution was to do it online so that one day my sisters can come across it, my children can come across it, siblings, and hopefully it will help at least one of them. That's one solution. The second solution is the second reason for coming on live, why this live is a solution for me. I've always wanted to connect with brands. I've always loved fashion. Everything to do with fashion, runway, and all of that. And me being able to put myself out there has given me the opportunity to work with brands in a way that I've always wanted to do, but I wasn't able to do. That's a whole different life that we can do. But when you're able to look for solutions in whatever you are going through, that will enable you to sit down and ask, will this matter? Ask the question, will this matter in a year from now? I am fighting with this person. I'm going back and forth with this person. Will this matter in a year from now? If it matters in a year from now, then by all means, go ahead and find a way around it. If it doesn't matter in a year from now, like the exercise mentioned inside the book, right? All you have to do is imagine that whatever circumstances you are dealing with isn't happening right now, but a year from now. Then simply ask yourself, is this situation really as important as I am making it to be? And if it's not important, let it go. Another example that I can give you is coming on live. I worried about it. I thought about it for years, longer than when I started. I think I started 2 years ago. I've been thinking about coming on live, doing what I'm doing, but I just wouldn't get around it. I've been moving from place to place these past years, and I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to do the life because I'm like, oh, I don't have this certain background. I don't have this certain whatever environment with me. So I don't have the setup. I don't have the light, da 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 da. And in our content creation campus, they were just forcing us and say, just do it. Just do it. You cannot stop talking about it. Just do it. No matter where you are and how it looks. And so I began to think about it. And like I said earlier, focusing on the solution instead of worrying about the circumstances. Now, what was the solution? The solution was the more I came on live, the more I know what works in terms of lighting, camera, right? Then I'm able to do the setup the way I want. I'm able to change it around. The brands that I collaborate with, if I didn't come on live, I wouldn't be able to collaborate with them. Now I am getting items and products like the one that I talked about, this here, the diffuser, that I can use different things in my own bedroom as well as this area to create a home office. Even the shirt that I'm wearing is from a brand, right? I had to shoot the video today and post the video. They are on TikTok shop, but they're not connected to me. They're mostly on Amazon shop. So I had to focus on the solution and ask myself that question. If I don't have the setup that I want, will this matter in 1 year or now? No, it wouldn't matter because 1 year from now, I can look back and say, what? Oh, this is when I started. So to summarize and then close it, because I think from here on, anything else I say will be a repeat of what I have already said. And I don't like doing that just to stay longer. I just want to say what I have to say and then whatever download I have and then come off. So the topic, ask yourself the question, will this matter a year from now? Whether it be an argument with your spouse, child, or boss, a mistake, a lost opportunity, a lost wallet, a work-related rejection, or, and I think it's just rejection in general, any kind of rejection from work, relationship, romantic, friendship, any kind of rejection. It usually doesn't matter. I can say this from my personal experience. Chances are a year from now, you aren't going to care. It will be one more irrelevant detail in your life. And most of the things we worry about is that. And usually the things that we don't worry about are the things that matter. It's like creating content. When you overthink the content, most times people don't like it. The thing that you don't overthink and you just do it and it just came to you and you do it, that's usually what people really like. All right. I'll see you later. I'll be back. We haven't done YouTube. The camera is blurry again. I'll probably come maybe tomorrow or whenever the calling or the download comes to do the cards, right? So I'll see you. Okay, YouTube is better now. Bye bye. I'll see you when I see you. Go to the link in my bio. Join our groups, which is the Divine Feminine Energy. I'm thinking of changing it to Dark Feminine Energy because I really connect to the Dark Feminine side of things. Dark Feminine Energy, the link is in the bio. You can go, whatever you want to shop, go to my Amazon shop, send me a message, send me the link that the stuff that you buy on Amazon, and I'll add it. Go to my showcase, the TikTok shop, and buy the items that you see me wear and talk about. And if you want one-on-one for whatever that you need, well, not whatever, in terms of mindset and transformation and spirituality, the link is also in the bio. I'll see you. Bye-bye. Where do I stop this? Oh, here.